the week started. Normally I don't do it at where I'm at, but we're getting the week started. I'm at my pickup and we're going to Mount Vernon. After Mount Vernon, when we drop off at Mount Vernon, we are going to go to Grand Junction, Colorado. So I'm picking up my load right now. I'm about ready to back into the dock. So I'll see you guys after I back into the dock. Just got loaded, or I just got up to the dock. I just backed in. And today, or this week is gonna be different. I'm gonna be going for more local stuff that's closer to my point of home. So like I said earlier, I'm going to Mount Vernon, Washington, which is just like an hour north of Seattle. And then the next load I have is going from, I think, Evansville or Ellensville, Washington to Grand Junction, Colorado. And then I don't have another one after that, but I'm gonna try a different way of doing trucking this week. And of course, I'm sick this week as well, so one of the things you just have to deal with, you gotta make money, so you gotta just power through it. I'm really sore. I have a cough drop in my mouth right here, so I had a fever last night, but I'm pushing through, but I'll come back once we're loaded. Okay, so we just got loaded up. Trailer didn't get rejected this time, so I'm happy about that, but the other thing that I got wrong was that we're not going up to Sumner, Washington. We're going up to Mount Vernon, Washington, which is still an hour north of Seattle. But we just got loaded, so I'm gonna get on the road and get it rolling here. So I will talk to you guys when I power down for the night. All right, guys, we made it to exactly where we wanted to. We're in Kennewick, Washington. It's about 2 a.m. here, so it's 2 a.m. Pacific time. And unfortunately, when I got to this truck stop that I was stopping at, there's no spots even remotely, so I have to park on the street because there's several different bobtails taking up entire spots, and that frustrates me. And they even have bobtail parking, but the whole bobtail parking lot is completely full. But whatever, I need to get to bed so that I can wake up and get to where we need to tomorrow. Tomorrow should be a fairly short leg, but we'll see. But yeah, tomorrow. Okay, so we're in it again, and there's my truck and whatnot, and I ran into a couple of problems. I think that my DPF filter in my truck might be going out because I'm doing a regen on my truck right now, and this is the second one that I've had to do in 24 hours. So I think my DPF filter might be going out, which is an expensive fix, but I'll show you what's happening. So it's literally, I don't know if it'll come across on camera, but there's smoke coming out of here. And I know it's a little loud, but yeah, there's smoke coming out of right here. My DPF filter is right underneath there. So I'm hoping that it's not a DPF filter, because almost guaranteed if it is a DPF filter, that is going to be literally a $7,000 to $8,000 fix, which I don't have right now. But hopefully the day goes better. We have a somewhat short leg to do. It's about 5 hours to get north of Seattle to the pilot that I'm going to. And then tomorrow we're dropping off. And hopefully, after this regen, I'm hoping that everything will be fine. But I've been regenning my truck for 30 plus minutes. So that's not usually a good thing, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'll chime back in if there's any other updates or details. Okay guys, sorry it's a little dark, but we're in the spot for tonight so that we can go pick up our pickup tomorrow. Obviously, it's dark outside. So, going to Seattle and going through Seattle was a lot more difficult than I thought. So, I thought it was going to be a 4-hour trip. It almost turned out to be a 7-hour trip to get to where I am right now. because I just happened to go through Seattle at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Not a good idea. Traffic everywhere. It was a standstill for a good 45 minutes or more, and I moved like 10 miles in 45 minutes. Terrible. But I did get a good parking spot. I'm not parking on the street, so I don't have to worry about people blaring their air horns at me. And the spot that I'm in is actually not too good, or it's not an easy spot to get into, actually. And I'm walking around because I kind of need to pee, but I'm going to show you guys real quick where I park so that you can see what I'm talking about. So it's literally right around this corner, and this is where I parked, like right on the edge. It took me like 67 adjustments, but I got in there nice and straight like. So that does it for today. We're gonna go drop off tomorrow and then get close-ish to our next pickup point, which is somewhere in Washington, then we're gonna go to Grand Junction. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. Alright, good morning. It's nice and wet Washington, Seattle morning. We're driving down to our drop-off location right now. Again, sorry about the jiggliness. I forgot to record this morning, so I remembered to do it on our way. So we're on our way to get there and drop off this load. And then what we're gonna do tomorrow, or today, after we drop off this load, is we're gonna drive all the way down to Tacoma, Washington. We're gonna park in the Loves down there for the night. And then tomorrow we're going to pick up our load going to Grand Junction. So that's what the plan is thus far. And no other issues have happened. I haven't had any regen or anything, so I'm still leery about my DPF, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But yeah, when we get to a spot to stop, I'll talk about some things that I noticed being up here. But yeah, we're going to that drop-off, so. Okay, so I got to my drop-off point. There I am, right there. Sort of. So, initially, when I went to the original address that they gave me, I looked around and I drove around all of it, and it did not look like a facility that deals with food. It looked like, construction related. And then I saw some stuff that I recognized, which was Euclid. Now, for those of you who don't know, which is probably a vast majority of you out there, except for the people who are in the concrete industry, and even maybe some of them don't know, Euclid does concrete admixtures. More specifically, they do color. Or at least that's what I'm familiar with, is that they do color. So when I saw the Euclid thing, and then it said concrete admixtures on the underside of it, I'm like, this can't be where a pickle facility is. There's no way. As it turns out, that's not where they are actually located. So I went to the processing plant thinking, oh, they want their jars, because that's what I'm delivering, is gallon jars or just gallon jars. So I'm like, oh, they probably don't want, or they probably want me to deliver it there. So I drove up the road. It's about 3 miles away from the initial spot that I went to, thinking that, yeah, this will be good. I get there, they didn't want it there because the facility that they have is not really that big. It's not a huge production facility. It's a mom and pop shop, right? They just order a lot of jars and stuff, so they don't really have a really big facility to make their pickles. So they have various satellite warehouses for all their production supplies. So I'm actually at a third location now. It's down the street from the second location, and the guy is getting me unloaded. So that's how it goes, sometimes. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about is that as I'm driving again, because I have been a truck driver before, it was for a company. I was a company truck driver for a big company truck driver, rather. I'm noticing that every state has their little oddities with drivers and the little things that they do. There's like the stuff that I noticed, and those of you who are from Washington, you may disagree with me or agree with me, but one of the things that I noticed was that when I was in traffic yesterday, I was going on I-90, I-5, where it merges, whatever, and I was noticing a lot of people doing what I like to call the haha, that's not my exit maneuver, where they will get off on the on-off ramp of an exit, and then they will get right back on the interstate, like cross over white lines and whatnot, just to cut ahead a couple of cars in line. And I'm like, why would you do that? But I think it's dumb. And I've also noticed that I've had to drive a bit more aggressively in this state as opposed to the other states. I mean, I don't drive aggressive to begin with. I'm in a truck. I'm not really supposed to do that. I'm not really allowed to do that. But this state so far, I've had to drive fairly aggressively because people don't care. They just don't. And that's a little PSA topic that I will talk about, is that if you see a truck and he's got a signal on, you don't know what he's going through. You don't know what he's dealing with or what they're dealing with, because, anybody can be a truck driver, but you have no clue what they're dealing with. If they have their turn signal on for 15 seconds or like 5 seconds or something, and they're trying to get over and you're not letting them in, just slow down and let them through. There's a reason why they're doing that sometimes. At least for me, there's a reason why I'm getting out of the lane that I'm trying to get into or whatever, right? A lot of times whenever there's a car on the side of the road with their hazards on, or a truck on the side of the road, or a cop is pulling somebody over, or whatever the case on the side of the road, by law, in every state, you are supposed to move over to the next lane, away from whatever is going on the traffic, or on the whatever lane is stopped in. So whether that be in the left lane or the right lane, you're supposed to move over by law. So, there's just some things that people could do better on. And I know that some of you are probably thinking, well, I always move over. I'm just saying in general, not anybody specific. It's just one of those things that to remind you. But we're going to get this unloaded, and then I'll let you know when I'm headed to Tacoma. Okay, we just got our load dropped off, and I submitted all my paperwork and everything. And now I'm going to be heading to Tacoma. But this is one of the reasons why I like Washington. That scenery right there. Washington's so beautiful in the fall, but there's a lot of snow in the winter, so it's probably one of the last times this season that I'm going to be coming up this way, unless it's like unusually warm. But to Tacoma, I'll catch back up with you guys when I park my truck. Good morning. I just woke up, and it's about 5:30 Pacific time. About 5:30. We're going to get our load from Grand Junction, or from basically Tacoma to Grand Junction today. And I would be pretty happy if we made it past Twin Falls today. That's about where I plan on stopping. With this load, we don't really have such a crunch to get as far as possible, because the load that we're picking up today, because today is Friday, the load that we're picking up today doesn't drop off until Monday. So, yeah. But if we get to Twin Falls today, I would be pretty happy, because that's where Love's is at. It's in Twin Falls, and I would be pretty damn happy if I made it to Twin Falls. And then tomorrow we're probably going to get to Grand Junction, and luckily in Grand Junction there is a Love's, not like where I'm at now, where I'm in Tacoma, but I have to drive another 20-30 minutes in order to get to I have to drive another 20-30 minutes to get to where my pickup location is at. So luckily there is a Grand Junction, or there is a Love's in Grand Junction that's super close to my drop-off spot. I still have yet to find another pickup from Grand Junction to somewhere else. We'll see about what happens there. I don't want to end my week right now, or when I get to Grand Junction. I really don't want to do that. I want to actually keep going, go somewhere kind of close, and then come back to Utah. But we'll see how the week plays out. I'll let you guys know if anything else updates. But yeah, we're just barely getting our day started. I'm going to turn my truck on here in about 15 minutes, do my pre-trip, and then we're going to head over to our drop point. And hopefully the sun will be rising at that point. So, but yeah, just waking up. I have a story for you guys. The fun just always continues over here. Take this off. I don't need it anymore. So I went to my pickup this morning, and when I went to my pickup this morning, I got rejected again because my trailer didn't have any strap downs spots. I only have load locks because my trailer's all wood paneling. So I got rejected, and then I had to pivot real quick. And so now we're not going to Grand Junction, Colorado. Now we're going to Rome, Texas, and I had to drive down to Longview. Washington in order to do that. So right now we are in Longview, Washington, and I went to where the GPS led me, where the directions, I copied them literally from what the shipper broker sent me. I copied them directly from there and went to that address. As it turns out, that was the wrong address. So then I come to the place where I'm at now, and then I go through the whole thing. Nobody says hi to me, nothing, right? And I'm wondering what's going on. So I come back out of this facility, and then I call my broker saying like, hey, I don't know what's going on. Nobody came out and said hi to me. Nobody said anything about anything. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, okay, give me 5 minutes. So he called the company, and this is when I went out of the facility, and it was flipped the wrong way around in this facility, or on the outside of it. So he told me, you're like, just call this person. They're a representative with the company. And then she was telling me, oh, you need to go down the street. And then she's like, you know what, never mind. We have boxes over at the place that you're already at anyway. I'm like, all right, let me flip around. So I had to go down another street, blindside back onto a street just to flip around. And then I had to back my trailer where I'm at. And I'll get out and show you in a minute, but it's raining and I've had my window down this whole time. All sorts of fun stuff. And yeah, it's just been a pain, but I'll go ahead and show you where I'm at right now. This is the area that I had to back around into. You can see my tire tracks trying to get into. This was not easy to get into, but I did actually get there. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of space for me to move around in here. Alrighty guys, so I did in fact make it to where I wanted to tonight. I made it to Ontario, Idaho, and I am parked for the night. Obviously I wouldn't be in a sleeper otherwise, but yeah, I had like 20 minutes left on my clock. That jumbulation this morning kind of put me pretty far back, but I mean, like, you know, progression wise it put me pretty far back, but whatever, we're gonna keep going through it. So tomorrow I'm gonna get into Wyoming, and then Sunday I'm going to finish the rest of the trip. And the cool thing about this load is that there's an open appointment for 2 days. It's Monday or Tuesday, and usually I get to my place that I'm delivering early, so I'm going to be able to deliver it Monday, look for a load Tuesday, and then hopefully come back by Friday, which for me is going to be Halloween, and this is probably going to go out after Halloween, so I hope everyone had a happy Halloween. But whatever, we'll get to all that tomorrow. So, all right, tomorrow. All right, good morning, guys. It's day number whatever it is now, I can't remember, but we literally just got fuel and we're about ready to head out. The plan is to get to Wamsutter, Wyoming, and then power down. That's the overall goal today, so that's where we're trying to get to. And then tomorrow we're gonna get into Texas and all that fun stuff. So other than that, let's get this day started, and I'll hopefully see you when I power down. That way that no shenanigans happen. Okay, guys, we made it to further than I wanted to, which is a good thing. I don't know exactly how far I drove today, but we made it to Laramie, which is, I think it's about 120 miles more east of Wamsutter. That's where we wanted to make it today, is Wamsutter, and we made it 120 miles east, which should make our leg into Rome tomorrow even better. So we did good today. We did very good. I have no clue how many miles I drove today, but I know it was over 600 or more. It's definitely more than 600, because from Ontario, Oregon to Wamsutter would have been 130 or 630 something, and we made it to Laramie. And yeah, so we drove, I think, over probably like 650 or almost at 700, which is a really, really good day. But other than that, I'm parked for the night. I'm going to eat my dinner, and then I'm going to go to bed, and then we're going to wake up and do it tomorrow. So, see you tomorrow. Good morning. All right. So, it is 3:40 in the morning, and I'm just like, I woke up like 30 minutes ago, and I'm not sliding my time for a reason. I'm just sliding my time just because it makes it a little easier when I get to these truck stops to find a spot. The earlier that I get in, the better the spot that I can get. So when I got to this truck stop in Laramie here, there was one of like 5 spots left for actual truck parking, and some of there was 2 or 3 of them that were easy to get into, and there was 2 of them that were hard to get into, and luckily I got the easy one. But there's about 5 trucks not in spots, or like 6 trucks not in spots, plus a bunch of trucks on the outside of the truck stop that couldn't actually make it into a spot. And I don't know if it's just simply because Love's is popular, or there's just a lot of trucks on the road, because in this area that I'm in, there's 3 different truck stops that people can park at. So I don't know. But we're definitely going to make it to Texas today. I don't know when we're gonna stop though, because I have 19 hours left on my clock, and in order to get the rest of the way to our destination, we're not going to get in there tonight, or down the street from our destination tonight. We're going to get close, but not there. But we'll see where we get to today. But other than that, let's get this day started. Alright guys, as you can see, I just took a shower, and we made it to the spot that I wanted to get to today. We're about 100 or so miles short of our drop-off, so we're going to have to wake up early and drop off our stuff tomorrow, and then I actually have to find another load to get back to Salt Lake so that I can get back in time for Halloween and whatnot. But as you can hear, there's a poor puppy dog that's missing his human, and he's barking at everyone that walks up to his truck, so it's what you get sometimes with the truck stops, but it's whatever. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Alright, sorry, I forgot to film this morning. I'm already on the road. I'm heading to my drop off, and I still haven't found another load yet because it was Sunday yesterday and today's Monday. Hopefully we will find a load today that's picking up tomorrow, because I don't really have any hours today to work with, so I kind of have to, like, my next load, I'm gonna have to wait around today in order to actually get to where I have hours again. So, but other than that, it should be fairly easy. We're gonna drop off this load and then we'll find another one. So I'll update you when we drop it off. Alrighty guys, we have arrived at our drop-off location. I just backed up to the dock, and it's like right in the morning for people, so trucks are getting started and all that stuff. But I went to take off my load locks and take off the lock that I purchased so that I can keep my trailer locked up when they don't give me a seal. And I looked inside the trailer, and the guys that loaded me in Washington, from what I can tell, did like 2 pallets, then on the other side they did nothing, and then they would change sides, do 2 pallets, on the other side do nothing, and then they did that basically the whole way down my trailer. So when I went inside my trailer, like, they're all double stacked pallets, not banded together at all, and like half of them are on the floor sideways. So I get to figure that out. But hopefully it'll be nice and easy and they won't be too mad, because I didn't load up the trailer, I just drove it here. So I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, we are all done with the dropping off of the load, and I am heading to a Love's that is nearby. And the reasoning why I'm doing that is because I just don't have enough hours to pick up another load right now, and I'm probably going to be spending 34 hours here in Rome to do my 34-hour reset, so I have enough hours to get back home. But we will get another load going back to Utah. Now, that unfortunately means that I won't be back in time probably for Halloween, which I'm kind of bummed about, because I wanted to see a couple of people. I wanted to see my niece and my mom and my brother for Halloween, but I don't think it's gonna happen, mainly because it's my fault, because rather than only going 10 hours of drive time this week, I was doing 11s, or like 10 and a half hours. So that put me short for today, because I only have 3 hours left on today for my entire on-duty time. I had 7 hours or 5 something this morning, and now I only have like 4.5 or something, or 3.5 left. So yeah, I'm like, there's stuff that I still need to learn and fix and whatnot. But so we're gonna be spending a couple of days in Love's doing a 34-hour reset, and then we're gonna get back at it, and then I'm gonna go back home for a couple of days. So there's gonna be a gap in the video. I don't need to tell you I'm at Love still. So, but yeah, other than that, like, yeah, I will see you when I got a load and I'm going back to Utah, or at least in that direction. So till then, all right, there we go. So it's now Wednesday. I am just sitting in my truck, getting ready, did a pre-trip already, and we're getting ready to head out. So we do have a load, and it's a fairly high-paying load, and it's going from Greenville, Texas to Commerce City, Colorado, which is just outside of Denver. And we're still, like, you know, it's Wednesday before Halloween. So for those of you who are looking at the various, I'm trying to find a good angle where I'm not blown out like that. Okay. Let's just stand up. How about that? There we go. All right, that's slightly better. It's super bright outside, obviously. So we got a load from Greenville to Commerce City, Colorado, and For those of you who are keeping up with the national weather situations, there's obviously a Hurricane Melissa right now, and there is it's dropped snow on the new Loveland Tunnel on I-70, and that's one of the reasons why I don't take I-70, because I hate that place. Because basically, if there's a cloud up on that peak, it's snowing, especially around this time of year. So we're going into Commerce City. We're supposed to be there Friday, which is Halloween, and then I'm going to deadhead back to Utah from there. So we're picking up our load today at 12 o'clock, and then we're dropping our load Friday in Commerce City at 2 o'clock in the morning, which means that I'll probably get done by 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, which puts me back in Utah around lunchtime or 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. We'll see. But yeah, that's what the plan is so far. But yeah, I'm just getting my truck warmed up. I'm about ready to go throw fuel and def in it, and then we're gonna get on our way. Alrighty guys, we have made it to our drop off. All we gotta do now is wait for this truck to get unloaded, and then we'll just back up into the dock and then get loaded up, and then we're on our way to Colorado. So when I get all loaded up, I'll come back and let you know. Alright, we got loaded up. Everything's all good. Seals on the back, load locks are in the back, and I am now on my way. Hopefully we will make it into Colorado today, just 200 miles short or something of where we need to, and then we'll power down for the night, but I'll see you when we power down. Alright guys, so I stopped early, and I'll explain why. So I'm literally in the same spot that we were Saturday night, the exact same truck stop Saturday night. So here's some math that I figured out while I was talking to one of my buddies. As a truck driver, in order to have a full access to your clock again, you have to wait, or you have to be off duty for 10 hours, okay? So I picked up that load at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or it was 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I was there by 11. I started at 9, whatever, that doesn't matter. So in order to drop off at 2 o'clock in the morning, I have to be off the clock the day before at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That gives me 11 hours to get my clock reset, which gives me 1 hour of time to get my truck ready and actually get over to the site, and then I'll be on time at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm stopping now at 6 o'clock in the afternoon today. I only made it like about 200 miles or so. And yeah, I'm stopping tonight so that I can go as far as I can tomorrow, right? Which I should be able to get to basically down the street from our drop zone, or our drop point tomorrow. And then on Friday, I will be ready to just hop in the truck, go drop off, and then go home. So a little bit of math for everyone, and I know that this is a very long video, but it's almost over, and I appreciate everybody watching till the end, but I will see you tomorrow. Alright, good morning. It's about 4 a.m. where I'm at right now, which is in Quahana, Texas, or something like that. I'm just getting my day started, and today we are going to make it basically to our destination. Now, there we go. That's a better spot. So we're gonna make it to our destination today, or at least pretty close to it. We're gonna go to a Love's that is about 30-40 miles south or east of where we need to drop off, and then we're gonna park there for the night. That way that we can drop off tomorrow. And then I'm also gonna get a shower in and all this other stuff. So hopefully everything goes well today, and I just want to show you what I'm looking at this morning. So I woke up to this. The exit's over there, right where all those trucks are at by the fuel island, and I actually can't make it out of here. if I try to go right, because this Harry truck is too close. So now I have to go in the entrance, which is a slight inconvenience, and it's going to be a slight inconvenience for everyone else, but you know, it's the norm. There's so many trucks out on the road and not that many spots for everyone, and people are just banking on the fact that they're going to get to a spot at the stop that they, you know, go at. And, you know, I've done it before where I've had to park on the street and I've tried to be out of the way of people, and it's pretty much impossible, but it is what it is. It's the industry, but other than that, we're going to get our day started, and I'll update you when we get to our Loves that we're stopping at for the night. Alright guys, so we made it to our stop that we're going to today. I just parked, and I'm about ready to go in, grab a shower, get my dinner, lunch, whatever you want to call it, because I have to go to bed here pretty soon so that I can wake up at midnight so I can get my truck ready and whatever. So, but other than that, like, we made it safely and whatever, and then we're gonna get unloaded tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Technically, it's about 12:30 in the morning. I literally am at the fuel island, just got fueled up, and we're going to go drop off this load. It is chilly here in Colorado. It's like about 34 degrees. My hands were freezing when I was filling up, but we got a 30-minute drive ahead of us to go drop off our load, so we're gonna go do that, and then I'll see you when we drop it off. Alrighty guys, we made it to our drop-off location. I'm just waiting for a truck in front of me to, I thought, close his doors, but I don't know what he's doing now. But yeah, it's kind of a weird procedure here. I have to take it to a door back 5 feet from it so that they can break the seal, because I have a metal seal and I can't break it myself. And then I have to take it to another door to actually get it unloaded. So fun stuff like usual, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'll let you know when we're done, and we're headed home. Alright, so we're done, we're unloaded, everything is strapped up, ready to go, so that I can go home. I do have a little thing to complain about. Originally, when the guy told me to come in, he said, oh yeah, go to door 46 and then park in door 49. And door 49, which is that trailer that's sticking out, has a trailer in it, obviously. So what he meant is park in 46 and then come over to door 49, because behind that trailer is an office. And then I sat here for 2 hours getting unloaded. But whatever, it's Halloween, I'm going home, so I'll catch you guys when I park my truck for the day, night, week, whatever. Okay, I just got my truck into the truck parking spot. It's almost 12. I did stop and get something to eat and to drink, but I did that because I didn't have to do, you know, I could, so that's what I did. But I should be home hopefully here within the next hour, and I just want to be there right now, see my cat. But I'll catch back up with you then, because I need to call my mom because she moved my car, so, and it's not here. Alrighty guys, I am home. So I know I got a very anxious cat because I've been out for 2 weeks, but we did a really good 2 weeks though. I think I made, between the 2 weeks, I think I made approximately like $7,000, I think, something along those lines, $7-8 grand this week. So it was a pretty good week for me, but I don't want to try to do videos like this where it's 2 weeks. I want to try to do at least a week, but we'll see how it goes, like, because I got a couple events coming up here in the next week, or the next like month. So next week or 2 weeks from now is going to be my birthday, and then you got like 2 weeks after that you got Thanksgiving, and then after that you got a month after that you got Christmas. So we'll see what happens going into the winter. I have a feeling that I'm going to go down in money, because that's just normally what happens in the wintertime because of weather and all this other stuff, and I don't really like driving in the snow, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I am very tired. I want to go inside, and I need to do a couple of businessy things, so I want to thank everyone for watching to the end of this video. I know this was a longer video, but make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends about the channel. I really would appreciate it. But other than that, I hope everyone is having a good day. Have a happy Halloween or I hope you had a happy Halloween, because today is Halloween. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys next week.